One unsuccessful attempt was made on Malcolm X's life prior to his devastating assassination in 1965. In 1964, one of his closest assistants was given the job of wiring his car with explosives so that it would detonate when he turned the ignition. Fortunately, that assistant told Malcolm of the plot instead of going through with it. Malcolm knew the only person who could order his assassination from a fellow nation member was Elijah Muhammad himself. Leading up to that day, Elijah Muhammad's infidelities and crimes had begun to surface around the Nation of Islam members. He had coerced several of his secretaries, some of them as young as 16, into sleeping with him and having his children. He then excommunicated them as part of the cover-up. Two of them filed paternity suits, and that was the beginning of the revelation amongst the nation and the public. Malcolm reached out to some of the secretaries and learned that not only were the stories true, but that Elijah Muhammad had been talking down on Malcolm behind his back, acknowledging that Malcolm was his greatest minister, which meant that he would eventually leave him. Malcolm had heard these things amongst the other ministers in the nation, but it broke him to hear it from Elijah Muhammad, as he had dedicated his life to the Nation of Islam and Elijah Muhammad. And around the time this is all going down, JFK is assassinated. Malcolm at a public speaking event responded to a question with, "The chickens came home to roost," as in the violence that America had perpetrated at home and abroad had come back to claim one of their own. That comment got Malcolm suspended from public speaking for 90 days. 98 days later, Malcolm X had officially announced his departure from the Nation of Islam. He also announced his own organization, Muslim Mosque Inc., which initially began with similar teachings to the Nation of Islam, but those philosophies changed as Malcolm made the Hajj to the holy city of Mecca and became a Sunni Muslim.